We don't know how much he weighs. He just looks in better shape. I personally believe that he's going to weigh in still around like 260 or so. I don't believe it's going to be just this big old weight thing where he's going to be weighing in at 245 or something like that. He just looks slimmer. This guy, this lunatic, I want to fight Big John Fury. Tell him to lace him up. Y'all want to see the clip of him getting knocked out real quick? I'm going to show y'all him getting knocked out real quick. I watched one of his fights the other day. Here. Let's go watch John Fury get knocked out real quick for those who didn't see it. I watched this shit. He was asleep.
Fury is okay.
Yeah.
Fury and that.
This is for you. This is for you, people. This Big John Fury right here about to get slept.
Again, the left hand from the Southpaw Fury. But the rate of exchange is very much against Fury, and that was a beautiful little right hand. And Fury may be about to be stopped for the first time.
Rest well, champ. Rest well. So anyway, I'm leaning towards Usyk. Can Usyk outthink Tyson Fury? That's what this is going to be about. For one, we know a lot of people, for some reason, don't like to acknowledge it. You know, Eastern European fans, they get real upset when I say Usyk don't like it to the body. They say, nobody likes it to the body. I bet you wouldn't like it to the body either, TstreeT. But he's had significant issues. There are multiple fights throughout his career. And I did a whole video on it where he gets touched to the body. Something happens where it's not a knockdown. He's just like, he be having some issues. Fury's got some excellent body work. He can jab to the body. He's got a nice straight to the body. We've seen it. He's got the total package. He can fight on the inside, the outside. But has he taken away his outside advantage? Even if he does weigh in at 240, he's still going to have, 245, 250. He's still going to have 30 pounds on Usyk for the last 3 Usyk fights. His first 2 fights at a heavyweight, he weighed in at 217, 215, and then the last 3, 221. Fury, on the other hand, has been blowing up and down, but he can put on 30 and drop it like it's nothing. And one thing about Fury is he don't slow down. With whatever weight he's carrying, Fury don't tire out. He's a freak of nature in that sense. He don't tire out. So for me, Usyk's going to have to do a lot of movement. Obviously, he don't want Fury leaning on him, but nobody's been able to pressure, like keep Usyk on the back foot. Nobody's been able to, really get Usyk thinking, like really mentally in trouble. As we saw with Fury, Fury couldn't figure out Francis Ngannou. Whatever you say about he didn't take him seriously or not, he couldn't figure him out. Fury on the Joe Rogan podcast said that of all the fighters he had issues with smaller fighters. And remember, he was hesitant to fight Usyk. It came this big money from the Saudis, possibly a $150 million deal for 2 fights, and there will be a rematch. The rematch, no matter who wins, loses, how, the rematch is happening. It's already set in stone. Wilder's taking on Zhang Zhang in a couple of weeks, by the way, on June the 1st. Then supposed to fight Jared Anderson if he wins on August the 3rd. Anthony Joshua waiting to hear from what he's going to do after knocking out Francis Ngannou. But the perfect fight for him right now would be either the winner of Dubois Hrgovic or I would love to see that Joseph Parker rematch. Now, Fury, the keys to victory for him is he can just work off the jab. This is going to be the tallest fighter, obviously, that Usyk has ever fought. And Usyk never looks bothered. However, remember, I feel, tell me if you agree or not, that Usyk did good or better. Joshua did better against Usyk in the first fight with Robert Garcia than he did in the second fight. Even though he almost got stopped with the body work, the pressure. I think Fury should play the pressure fighter. He's got the size to try to push Usyk back. Can he do it? Usyk is a smart, intelligent fighter that lives, breathes the sport. No vices that we know of. Like, the sport for him is boxing. He's a thinker. Him and Lomachenko, share camps with each other, same management. He is the heavyweight Lomachenko. I've been covering this man for years. And you had to really want it if you wanted to watch the World Boxing Super Series back then. Like, this dude is good. I've been covering him before he hit the HBO scene, before he hit the big, I've been watching him. I've seen every single Usyk fight, and they're all available on the internet. Every single one. They're all available. A lot of people feel, this was from the final press conference today, by the way, a lot of people feel that Fury is playing mind games by not talking to no media, because he hasn't been talking to media. And at the face-off, he wouldn't even look at Usyk. It is a true 50-50 fight. But who's the more intelligent fighter? Fury power seems to be, it scales, it seems to be to some people. But him knocking out Wilder, is that really a good gauge of his power? Because Wilder can be pretty easy to hit. He's not the most fundamental guy. Usyk is a cruiserweight at the weight, but he has one of them type of power. Like, for example, I guess it's a wrong analogy, but you're in a pillow fight, you keep getting hit with a pillow over and over and over and over again. It starts to hurt after a while. You start to get tenderized. That's kind of how I picture Usyk at heavyweight. He just keeps hitting you with the same punch, and he catches you, and all that thinking he makes you do. But Fury got that too. Fury got that long reach, and he likes to keep his hands out in front of him. And I can't see, and a lot of times when Fury gets caught getting knocked down, he gets caught pulling out or ducking too low or trying to play around or showboat. But if he comes out there, get the business and gets the business, Fury can get the business. Like, he can get the business. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Side of the table, let's bring in Alex Krasik. It is a historic moment for Team Usyk here, and of course you are very much backing your man to win this fight. You've gone into some detail as to how you think he will win on Saturday. Give us your thoughts.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. All has been done. All has been accomplished. All has been spoken. One thing that can never be too much is gratitude. And I want to say thanks to the beautiful country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and its wonderful people for the warm hospitality, even I would say hot hospitality. I want to say thanks to His Royal Excellency, His Royal Highness, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and to His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh for making fans' dreams come true. Thank you very much.
By the way, for those who haven't been paying attention, the Saudis now own the heavyweight division. You want a title shot or any type of fight, you got to go through them. They now have Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker, Zhilei Zhang, Andrew Ruiz, Gerald Big Baby Miller, Felix Hergovitz, Daniel Dubois, and looks like Jared Big Baby Anderson. And I'm missing some. Frank Sanchez, Ilja Kabayel, Derek Chisora, they own the heavyweight division. And now they're after the 154-pound division. They're after Sebastian Fundora heavy.
There is only one assignment.
Oh, and they also are funding the WBA, and looks like they're funding the WBC now in some capacity. So that's 2 belts down. And they have a video game coming out there. They're funding the Undisputed boxing game. They are taking over boxing.
Left is to pick up this green belt and take it back home to Ukraine, the country it belongs to. Full stop. And if you allow me, please, I've got one short message for Tyson and his team not to take it too close to the heart, Saturday night and Sunday morning, I've got a short one from British Classics, if you don't mind, by Henry Longfellow. Be still, said heart, and cease repining. Behind the clouds is the sun still shining. Thy fate is the common fate of all. Into each life some rain must fall.
Damn.
And some days must be dark and dreary. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's hear the message from the promoter of Fury, handler, manager.
Bunch of people we've got a lot of admiration from, so has Tyson. But come Saturday, that's all gone out the window. We've already butted heads with his team, and it looks like they're going to butt heads on Saturday night. And let me tell you, he's got a mountain to climb. You have a mountain to climb. Your Everest is your mountain to climb on Saturday. I'd like to thank everybody involved. And I would, if I was you, I wouldn't worry about poets and things like that. I'd worry about your man on Saturday night. Because Tyson Fury is coming to take all them belts away from you. All right? He's going to take all them belts away. And our English boys here have come all the way over from England, to see him take those belts. The Fury army is here. And you will see on Saturday night us walking away with the belts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Spencer Brown. Great message.
Fury didn't say much. Usyk didn't say much. But I do want to you to hear that Usyk's English has gotten a lot better over the years. A lot better.
I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I'm grateful for His Excellency Mr. Turkey and who this fight happened. Let's make history. Enough. Thank you so much.
Well, Oleksandr, I'm hoping you'll take a few more questions. What
Usyk.
message for Tyson?
I can't play the music during the face-off, so we're going to watch the face-off. And I'm not going to say Tyson Fury looks concerned. I'm not going to go down that route, you know, of like, yo, he looked scared and all that. But just pay attention to the face-off. Usyk's face-offs are very intimidating. Remember, he started dancing up there for Joshua. Like, Joshua was looking shook for both press conferences. He looked like he just was broken. I never knew why Joshua was the favorite against Usyk at that time. But then again, once again, I watch a lot of Usyk fights, so I've been watching the guy. But let's go watch the face-off. In fact, let me get the full face-off here without the DAZN stuff on the screen. I apologize for that. I just kept it up there in case you wanted to buy the pay-per-view. But here we are. I can't play the music, so you can get a good glimpse of the size of these fighters. We'll pause it right here a little bit. As you can see, they're not standing too far away, but once they get closer, you're going to see some differences in the size of the guys. Look at the shoes specifically. Fury's not wearing any type of heels or anything. Usyk usually comes in around 221 or so. That's what he came in his last 3 fights. In fact, I'm going to show you here his weights. As you can see, look, there's a big height difference right there. Fury is listed at 6'9", but some say 6'7". I've met Usyk in person in Philly. Every time I meet a fighter, I size him up. So he's about 6'4" because I'm 6'2.5". He's just staring just right in the Fury's soul through the side of his head. Fury will not make eye contact. Oh, it froze right here? How did it freeze up? Fury just will not make eye contact. It froze for a few seconds. This is a Sky Sports stream. It was freezing a few times. Usyk 21-0 with 14 KOs. He came in against Dubois at 221. Joshua, the second fight, 221. Joshua, the first fight, 221. Derek Chisora, 217. Chaz Witherspoon, 219. And that was his debut. 215. That was his debut at heavyweight. Before that, his last fight at cruiserweight, he knocked out Tony Bellew, in which he weighed in 198. That was back in 2018. He's been heavyweight since October of 2019. Tyson Fury, his last fight against Francis Ngannou came in at nearly 278 pounds at 277 3/4. Before that, Derek Chisora at 268 3/4. Before that, Dylan White, 264 3/4. Before that, the third Deontay Wilder fight, 277. Before that, the second Deontay Wilder, 273. The first, the Otto Wallin fight, 254. 263 for Tom Schwartz. The first Wilder fight, 256. And remember, when he returned, people were like, yo, he looks so fat and sloppy. His first fight back, after losing all that weight, he was 276. But he came back. But when he fought Wilder in that third fight, and Ngannou, in fact, was the biggest he's ever been in his entire career. When he fought Ngannou, the largest he's ever been. And the smallest he's been since coming back after gaining that 300 plus pounds was against Otto Wallin at 254. So I'm predicting he's going to weigh in at about 265 or so, 260. It's just that he looks a lot more toned up, if that makes sense. He just looks a lot more toned up. So I'm not reading too much into, like he lost a bunch of weight. I just think that, he's a lot more toned up now. He's 35 years old. With that being said, we're going to be here tomorrow for the weigh-in. That's going to be interesting. And of course, I'm going to be here for the fight. Then after the fight, then basically I'm going to be covering boxing all day on Saturday. So as you can see, we've been consistent around here. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and share my video if you can. We're trying to get our numbers back up as YouTube is finally starting to kind of pump us out in the algorithm. This is the most consistent I've been since 2020, covering boxing every weekend now. So we're going to keep it up. Feeling pretty good. Life is going pretty good. All the obstacles are over. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See you guys tomorrow for the weigh-in. And I'm going to be chopping this up also for those who want to see the different segments I did today. Thanks for watching.